This video intended for educational purposes.
Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to a new Minecraft update. Today we're covering the pre-releases for 1.9.3, but first let's start with some 1.10 news. So lead developer Jeb has tweeted out that they're working on the 1.9.3 patch, and until that's done there will not be any 1.10 snapshots, which is kind of a given, but I think he wants to make sure no one is waiting anxiously for the first 1.10 snapshot, and they gotta get, all the fixes and pathfinding and lag issues resolved in 1.9.3 before then. Now, my prediction is that because we have the pre-release this week, we've had 2 of them so far, that maybe next week we'll get the full 1.9.3, and then the week after, into May, they can start 1.10 snapshots and we can finally bond with bears. But Jeb did put out another little teaser of a 1.10 feature that's coming. It's been in Pocket Edition, but we're gonna get auto jump. Now, this has been kind of controversial. The idea is that when you get close to a block, you'll automatically jump up on top of it. And in Pocket Edition, this is pretty useful because the controls can be a little tough to get used to using. But the big controversy, I think, is that Jeb wants to put this on by default. Now, it only takes a few seconds to turn this off, and you can try it out for yourself before seeing if you want to use it or not. And I think after 1.9, with the whole attack speed indicator fiasco of not putting that on by default and a lot of people not even realizing that there were changes to attack speed, stuff like that, I think they're going with default on for some of these new features. But some people have said they don't like that. Just, having the option I think is alright. But there's a few mods that already have boots and enchantments and stuff that have that auto jumping feature, and I think it'll be useful. But if you're playing on the computer, you're probably used to using spacebar or whatever to jump, but it's useful. So I hope, some people will find use out of it. I think it's good to add regardless. So one last thing, the 1.9.3 pre-release number 2 had a little teaser image, and this links in with some of the theories people have had about 1.10. The idea is that we might get a fire and ice or fire and snow themed update. And this goes along with the kind of white-eyed, white lich type of skeletons that were teased before, and a bunch of other little images have kind of led towards this thinking, but it is just, a prediction from people. We probably won't know for quite a while what the theme is unless they're gonna, pop out first snapshot, here you go. But I don't think we really heard about the combat update having that theme until a little bit into 1.9 development anyways. So let's talk about the pre-releases real quick here. They did fix a few things, like there were bugs with corrupt worlds and crashing if you teleported or went too far in the Y direction, either up or down. So they've limited it, for teleporting at least. You can only go to 512 up or Y and negative Y 512 as well because of those issues. They wanted to kind of fix a lot of that stuff. I did notice that the pre-releases seem to run a lot better, so they are fixing a lot of the lag and pathfinding bugs that we've had to worry about recently. But they also added a new command that's pretty useful. It's called Stop Sound, and you can target a player or a group of players. You can choose what type of sound, a category or even a specific sound. Like you can get rid of whenever a player would burp, stuff like that. And this has some usefulness to it. It's not just a way, if you hate sounds, to block them out. But say you're a player and you want a little more challenge from, I hope you're a player if you're watching this, hope you want a more challenge from these guys. Now, creepers normally have that primed sound, as you just heard. They'll prime themselves and then explode. But if we put in this little command here, we can stop that sound. We'll stop it on all creepers around. So I'm gonna turn this on and you guys will hear, or I guess not hear, what happens when a creeper sneaks up on you and silence, golden silence, as the creeper kills you without making a sound until the explosion hits, until it's too late. So that's a nice little thing you could do. Like you could turn off the sound that gas make when they fire, or different stuff like that to make the game a little more challenging. And if you hate sound altogether, you could do stop sound and target like the nearest player, or target all players, or just a specific one. And then when I turn this on, I'm gonna put some chickens around so you guys can hear something noisy, so you can tell for sure that the sound has stopped. Here we go. Silent. No noisy chickens. It doesn't quite work perfectly yet, because if you hit grass, you can hear, kinda starts to play the sound sometimes, and then quickly stops. Yeah, you can still hear certain sounds if they're quick enough, so I think they have to work on this. Even if you had like a little clock going, repeating this command, it still doesn't quite work perfectly, but you can hear it's trying to. So they'll have to work on that, but it's a nice little addition. I think that could make for a very added challenge into a world if you're looking for that sort of thing. Or if you hate the sound of rain or anything like that, then you can just get rid of it completely for yourself by putting one of these commands down. They also fixed a few things with Endermen. They weren't becoming aggressive when you were looking at them in certain ways and stuff like that. They were a little more tolerant, and crashes and stuff like that with skins, and also a crash after you played for a few hours. I know even 192 and some of the other versions have had some issues with worlds messing up if you're playing too long. So hopefully that's all going to be fixed in 193. We'll have to see what the theme is going to be for 1.10, but we'll have a snapshot for that soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you feel like subscribing or leaving a like, I definitely appreciate it. We'll have Minecraft news and other Minecraft videos on the way in the future, as always. I'll see you guys next time, though. Goodbye.